Moadin Simcha Kal Kadosh. The Halacha discusses what happens if a person walks into a sukkah, he sits, he eats a meal, a sudat keva, and he forgot to bless the Sheva Sukkah. Is he permitted to still bless or not? So first of all, we know the Shulchan Aruch brings in Siman Tafresh Lametet Seif Chet in the 8th Halacha there. He says, although most of the Rishonim say that every time you walk into the sukkah, you're being mekayem a mitzvah asef in the Torah, regardless of the fact if you eat or not. Even if the person is just sitting, relaxing, he's on a phone call, he wants to do it in the sukkah, he's performing a mitzvah asef in the Torah. So technically, he should have blessed the Sheva Sukkah even for every time we walk in. But the Shulchan Aruch says that the custom is not like the many Rishonim. The Rif, the Rosh, the Rambam, they all say to bless every time. But Rabbeinu Tam says the custom is only when you sit and have a Sudat Keva. And that's the Halakha, the Minhag, that when only when you're eating over 54 grams, a kabetza of bread, does a person bless the Sheva Sukkah. Or if he has up to 3 betzim of mezonot, you bless the Sheva Sukkah. But here the question is, what happens if a person forgot to bless? He's towards the end of his meal. So obviously if he already finished eating, he blessed Birkat HaMazon, he got up and left. So it's too late. It's not shayach to bless on what he did in the past. The Gemara says in Psachim Daf Zayin Amud Bet, Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Shemuel, Kol Rabachot Mevarech Over Le'asiyatan. Every blessing we say, we bless prior to the performing of the mitzvah. Here the action was done completely and he left. The question is, if he still has a few bites left, could he still bless or not? So the Kaf HaChaim of Chaim Sofer, one of the great Sfaradi Poskim that lived in Yerushalayim, he says only if you're eating another kabetza you could bless. That's his opinion. He says we don't bless unless in a kabetza. The fact that you ate a kabetza, that's great. Your stomach enjoyed. You're blessed Birkat HaMazon. But the Sheva Sukkah is too late. That's his opinion. Comes Chacham Ben Zion, he disagrees. Chacham Ben Zion Abba Shaul, the Rosh Hashiva Prat Yosef, and he says that a person, as long as he's eating any food, not even bread, fruits or anything, if I wanted to now eat these fruits out of the meal, I didn't bless Birkat HaMazon, out of the sukkah, am I allowed to do so? He says no, you cannot eat once you're in a sukkah keva, even though all the fruits that you could have technically eaten outside of the sukkah, once you started a meal, everything else is considered part of the meal. And therefore, if you want to step out, let's say you're doing a barbecue, and you want to eat a steak outside of the sukkah, are you allowed to do that? No, because you're in a seudat keva. So all of the food is already part of your seudah. So therefore, says Chacham Ben Zion, any food that you're eating, you could still bless. But if you want to have a drink, let's say you finished all the food, you have a coffee left, or a cup of tea, can you bless on that? It says Chacham Ben Zion, no, it's too late. So if you want to continue eating, take another fruit, then you bless the Sheva Sukkah. And comes the third and final opinion, Chacham Ovadia, he saves the day for all of us, and he says, even if you're going to have a drink, a small drink, as long as you did not yet bless Birkat HaMazon, even if you're going to drink something, for sure wine, but even a cup of water, Chacham Ovadia holds very strongly that if you're in the middle of Sudat Keva in the Sukkah, even if you want to have a sip of water outside of the Sukkah, it's prohibited. And therefore he says, everything is considered part of the Seudah, and he brings a Safek Sfeka. Maybe the Halakha is like most of the Rishonim, that you could bless regardless, whether you're eating or not. And even if you say you could only bless on food, maybe because you're still drinking, and that drink is part of your Sudat Keva, so you did not yet finish your meal, and therefore you can bless the Sheva Sukkah. But everyone agrees once you blessed Birkat HaMazon, or even if you did Mayim Acharonim Chova, then it's too late, and you can no longer bless the Sheva Sukkah. We should not forget, we should bless when we come in, but if you forget, you could still bless the bracha.